entertaining Thursday night. Bill Taylor here, Ken's 5 Digital Center with some major weather changes just hours away. Now, tomorrow morning is going to start just like we're feeling. You know, today, yesterday, humid, muggy conditions are going to stay in place. But by tomorrow afternoon, that's when these changes are going to arrive. That's when the cold front is going to power through, and we're going to see a big drop in temperatures. We're going to see some pretty good coverage on rain. We might even see a few strong to severe thunderstorms. There's a 1 out of 5 chance we get a severe storm, produce some hail tomorrow. There's Helotus. What's up, Vanessa? Good to see you. Worst Fest is still going on. Hope the weather stays great. It's not going to be great tomorrow, but weekend should be fine. You know, I mean, Saturday, Sunday, much cooler, but it'll be dry by Friday night late. I mean, most of the rain should move out by Friday night. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Hi, Ann. Annette, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Good to see you, Lewis, in New Braunfels. Ole, the Spinach Festival in Crystal City is this weekend, where there is a statue of Popeye. Guys, in Crystal City, a statue of the spinach man himself, Popeye. I love Crystal City. Ole, that's awesome. Should be a nice weekend for it. Cold is coming, guys. Yeah, make the fire outside on Sunday. Careful on the winds on Saturday, Ole. That's the only thing I want to make sure you're aware of. You can see the radar's clear now. See the showers north of Dallas? That's going to be along the cold front. So the cold front still has a lot of real estate to cover before it gets here. But once it gets here, you will know. But again, tomorrow morning, we're not expecting a big change just yet. Tomorrow morning is going to be very much like the weather we've been having, and we're going to be waiting on the front. So let me step you through the hour-by-hour high-resolution model here, and we'll get an idea on timing. Hello, New Braunfels. It really is perfect Worst Fest weather. Absolutely. Some good brats and some sauerkraut. Oh, it's so good. All right, so a couple of showers start up 2, 3 in the morning. So this is when I'm going about a 30 or 40% chance. And then as we start getting the sun up, we're going to start seeing more rain northern hill country and even a few thunderstorms, Sonora, Menard, out in the hunting ranches. Then Fredericksburg by about mid-morning. But notice the rain's staying light and we're into the mid-70s. So tomorrow morning, no changes yet. Okay, don't expect them in the morning. We're just going to see a little bit of light rain, humid, and remember, it will be a little foggy as I'm going to show you. I'll show you the visibility forecast. Allow some extra time with the fog and a little bit of that light rain, okay? Now we're at about 11 o'clock, and look at it, the thunderstorms are starting, and that's going to be around Kerrville and Bernie. Now, these are thunderstorms we're going to have to keep a very close eye on. You see how they flare up around Austin? That's going to be right where the front's coming in, okay? So that's why we're going to have to keep an eye, because there's a 1 out of 5 chance. Like I said, it's not 0, but it's 1. Only a 1 out of 5 that one of those thunderstorms produces hail or damaging wind speeds. So we'll keep a very close eye. You see that's pretty decent rain coming down at about noon tomorrow, pushing through the city, and then here comes the front. So you're not going to start feeling the colder air. Look, we're still in the low 60s at 4 o'clock, okay? Then the cold air. Sun sets, and we're down to the lower 50s, fronts coming through, okay? So that's when we expect by 10 o'clock, by this time tomorrow night, we're in the 40s. All right, so it's not a big change in the morning. It's a big change in the afternoon. The last of the rain is pushing out by about 7 o'clock. So that's good news. Now this is the IBM. This is the NAM. Let's see what the IBM is saying and see just how much different, because sometimes the forecast can change between these models and we want to consider all. Now where's the models? There it is. Okay, on precip, let's go with the IBM and see what you're saying. Very reliable model. Radar's clear tonight, so it's initializing well. Oh, look at that, 80 at 1 o'clock, and not much rain at all, according to the IBM. Interesting. I'm going to sneeze. Achoo! Achoo! Thank you very much. Getting blessings. Now let's go with the high rapid refresh, the HER. Oh, that stops too soon. All right, so we're going to stick with the NAM on this. 3 kilometer. Okay. That looks to be the best model, really. The IBM, a reliable model, showing less rain. So I'd rather show you more, and sometimes we get less, than show you less and then we get a lot more, okay? That's kind of how I decide on which model I'm going to use at 10 o'clock for sure. What I love about these Facebook Live moments and this time that we get to spend together, not only Q&A that, tonight I don't have enough time for it really, but the other model predictions, getting the second, third opinions and showing those to you. Can't do that in a weathercast in time. All right, so 7-day forecast and the temperature. Now, first, let me show you the wind gusts, because this will be significant. And what time? We're going to get these earlier. So look, north winds will start moving pretty good. Oh, that's Friday night. Wait a minute. 5 p.m.? Okay, so we won't get them too early. But by 3 or 4 o'clock, winds are going to start picking up. And look at that, 32, 33. At about 7, 8 o'clock, that's going to affect the Friday night football games. And look, winds stay gusty. That's 8 o'clock Saturday night. So keep that in mind, okay? Very gusty winds. But not until the mid-afternoon, early afternoon at the earliest. Visibility, look at that, goes down to 2 miles, but that's 1 and 2 in the morning. When you're getting your day started, we're looking at visibility between 4 and 5 miles, okay? So just keep that in mind. There's going to be some fog tomorrow morning. But again, temperature drop won't occur until tomorrow afternoon. And then we're going to bottom out. It looks like Sunday morning will be the coldest this air mass produces. And while we say 40 in the city on Sunday morning, that means low to mid 30s in the hill country. I'd prepare for a light freeze in some areas. If you're in a low-lying area and you typically get a little colder than, say, Kerrville proper, like if you're out in Mountain Home, if you're out in Ingram, and some of these communities outside of Kerrville, I'd bring the plants in Saturday night. Now, Sunday, or even Friday night, with 42 in the city, a lot of hill country locations will go 10 degrees colder and you'll get a light freeze Saturday morning too. So I would do that tomorrow. I'd bring let the plants stay out and get a watering tomorrow, but then bring them in Friday night before you go to bed. Notice that I think we'll get higher than 67. Might even throw in I'm going to throw in something even higher. I'm going to go about 75 on that, just because I can see that the prefrontal warming always does a good job. And that'll be our high, and we'll hit that by probably noon hour. We're going to stay in the low to mid 70s through noon, and then we'll get the temperature drop. Going to freeze in Pipe Creek for sure Saturday morning. See, Annette knows if it's 42 in the city, it's 32 in Pipe Creek. Feeling the pains, Ruby, I'm so sorry. Allergies stirring up, Mimi. Here comes the molds. Molds are going to spike. Where there's a bill, there's a will. Come on, Ole, I love it. 'Tis the season, Nikki. Thank you, Frank. Got a nice blessing. Of course not. Ole, come on. No weather apps. Say no to the apps. All right, guys, that's going to wrap things up because I got to get ready for the big 10 p.m. newscast. Hope you'll join us. I hope you have a wonderful evening, a better Friday. Oh, don't forget, speaking of Friday, something really cool going tomorrow, okay? I'm going to start my day early for our veterans. I'm so honored to host the KENS 5 Canine for Warriors phone bank. We're going to raise money to train dogs to partner up with our wounded warriors. Warriors who are suffering with PTSD, warriors who are considering suicide are going to get a new leash on life. That's how they put it. Canine for Warriors has a training facility right here in San Antonio. And tomorrow, your opportunity to help fund the training of these dogs, to help a veteran, to save a veteran's life, literally. These men and women come home with some major issues, and we can help them. We can help them. And it's tomorrow. From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., I'm going to be at Canine for Warriors for our veterans. Will you join me? Will you give a little money and help us? Because it all stays here in San Antonio, and it helps fund the training of these dogs. And you actually save 2 lives, because it's not just the veteran. We're going to be rescuing dogs from animal shelters to train them. And here's the thing, someone made this point. We're actually saving 3 lives, because when a dog comes out of one of those shelters to be trained, it makes room for another dog to go into the shelter. So good stuff. Hope you can join us. Again, tomorrow, start at 6 a.m. The KENS 5, oh, wrong button. the Ken's 5, Canines for Warriors phone bank. I love you all. God bless you, and we'll see you at 10.